seconds, Isadora scanned the room to identify what it was that had Minerva on edge. Drawing upon her Debrett's knowledge, she rattled off, "An earl, a baron, a second son. They all appear to be gentlemen, nothing out of the ordinary. I wasn't referring to their rank. They are all shrouded with an air of danger. I can't help but think they are like foxes in a henhouse. You have an overactive mind. So I've been told. Albeit 3 years of observing others from the fringes, I know one thing for certain. These men are not what they appear to be. If they are not idle, spoiled aristocratic men, what are they? I've not formed an opinion as yet, but by the end of the house party I hope to know if we should continue our acquaintance for the upcoming season or not." Isadora had a similar purpose. She was here on the behalf of the Wicked Ladies Salon, to assess this year's applicant, Lady Charlotte, to determine if the lady was worthy of membership. "I shall do the same." Minerva arched an eyebrow at her. It was obvious her sister was still concerned as to how they came to be guests among strangers. From afar, of course. Remaining aloof wasn't a problem for Isadora. Her gaze fell to a potted plant near the far corner. A shadow appeared and then disappeared. The Duke of Avondale? Isadora blinked. The dark form was gone. What the blazes was her host up to? Isadora shook her head. She needed to remain focused on her mission. It wasn't the Duke of Avondale who she needed to observe and deem worthy. It was his sister. Although the gentleman sparked a curiosity within Isadora, inquisitiveness and a desire to solve mysteries were family traits she wished she didn't possess. But Isadora knew this oddity would haunt her until she fully investigated it. She glanced at the laughing Lady Charlotte playing hostess. She was mature, well beyond her mere 18 years. Should Lady Charlotte be welcomed into the sisterhood of the Wicked Ladies? The only way to discover the answer was to spend the next 2 weeks at her host's side. Investigating the peculiar feeling his grace evoked within her would have to wait until they were in London for the season. "I believe we've stood near the wall long enough." Minerva looped her arm through Isadora's. "Let's retire for the night and resume our efforts in the morn. I have a feeling that the next 2 weeks shall prove rather interesting for the both of us." Isadora peered back over her shoulder at the ballroom full of guests. Minerva was correct. There was a shroud of mystery that enveloped the group behind her. As they made their way to their chambers, a premonition formed in Isadora's mind. The upcoming season would most likely prove to be both entertaining and enlightening, but she wasn't sure for whom. Her or Minerva. Chapter 1. 3 months later, London. The clink of glass brought Lady Isadora Malbury back to the present. Lady Sutherland's drawing room was filled wall to wall with unmarried ladies, all dressed in richly coloured silk gowns. No boring white or ghastly pastels tonight. The energy in the room blazed along with the fire. No tittering behind fans for the wicked ladies this eve. No, her friends were all eager, as she was to embark on another season unwed and with the promise of adventure. Isadora raised her glass filled with red wine, none of the watered-down variety served at meals. To another spectacular season. The members of the Wicked Ladies Salon, who had managed to convince their families to travel back to London early for the season, raised their glasses and repeated the toast with broad grins. The clink of crystal ensued, which was then quickly followed by chatter. Lord Sutherland's staff were kept busy refilling glasses and offering an assortment of mini hors d'oeuvres on napkins. Lady Catherine, Countess of Sutherland, creator of the salon, rested a hand on the barely visible curve of her belly. "Izzy, I shall be returning to the country shortly. The members have voted. You, my dear Lady Isadora Malbury, have been elected to champion the salon and organise this season's events. Do you accept?" Isadora blinked twice and took another sip of her wine.